So I'm on my way to see Dr. Chue at the Life Spring Cancer Center right outside of Pioneer Square in Seattle. He pioneered metronomic chemotherapy and some other therapies and treatments and drugs, and he taught my guy. So I just want to get another opinion and a feel for another oncologist who does the metronomic chemo and see if it might be a better fit for me in my situation. So I'm going to go meet him for the first time, and I hope it all goes great, and hopefully it'll be easy to make the decision because I have to switch insurance companies in order to make it happen. And it won't go into effect until the beginning of next month. So I think even if I put it in today, I wonder if I decided today, I could switch my insurance to be effective tomorrow. Really? Otherwise, I'm another month at my Chue. So I trust the universe. Let's see what happens. Okay. Hello, lovelies. I wanted to follow up on my visit with Dr. Chue at the Life Spring Cancer Center, and I am so glad I decided to go ahead and see him, pay out of pocket cash price because he's not covered currently under my insurance, which after today I switched it immediately so I could get him covered. It's just going to take a month to happen, so I missed the deadline to start at July 1st. It won't be till August 1st I get to start seeing him. But I learned so much today, and I feel really confident that he will be a great leader for me in this cancer journey. And I left feeling like I had somewhat of a clear vision, and that someone else had a clear vision for me as well. I didn't feel like I was just kind of fumbling around in the dark on my own trying to figure it out, or just constantly question whether or not my other oncologist really had a solid plan for me. And the biggest thing I got out of it was that this oncologist doesn't want me on the epirubicin anymore. So I've been taking 3 chemos for my breast cancer, estrogen, progesterone positive, HER2 negative breast cancer, invasive ductal carcinoma. In case you're watching this video, you're finding me for the first time, I try to put a little bit of details in there so you kind of know what you're following here. That's really easy for me to lose my train of thought. But so I've been taking 3 different chemos, Cytoxan, epirubicin, and 5-FU. And the epirubicin specifically is in a family that causes heart damage, and he's seen it at different levels. He doesn't know exactly how much I've been getting just yet to say, but because I am past the 12, in fact, on 18 treatments of epirubicin, there's a good chance that I've already had some heart damage, and it doesn't show up for like 5 to 10 years. So he doesn't want me to be on the epirubicin anymore. And the other thing he said was that post mastectomy, my other oncologist kept me on the same protocol, that it was very effective in getting rid of the tumors. My mastectomy tissue samples came back completely clean, like total, complete, reaction, healing from the chemo. And, but the theory is that if you go back for the chemo after the surgery because you're trying to catch anything that survived that may not have been killed by the previous protocol. So the idea is that if there were those cells microscopic that you can't see, then probably the best thing to do is to switch it up, do a different protocol to get those ones, assuming that they're left over because those are the ones that didn't respond to it. So he would have switched my regimen from the epirubicin, Cytoxan, 5-FU to a Taxol regimen and with another drug. And my oncologist did consider that for a minute, but then he decided to keep on the other protocol because it was effective, and I respected that. But Dr. Chue said he likes to switch it up. He would have switched it over, and maybe that would have got the rest of it. The other really big weight lifted off my shoulders is that I've been so hard on myself about not getting radiation, about not getting 72 radiotherapy treatments after my mastectomy, after 6 more chemos, and to do the extra cleanup. And the cancer recurred again so quickly that I just was beating myself up over it. And Dr. Chue said to me today, because I mentioned I got in there and I wanted to kind of put it on the table, like, I want to get this cleaned up, more chemo, whatever it takes. And then I plan on doing radiation like a good girl, like I'm going to be a good girl. And he said, well, if you want to, I don't know if I want you to, because he turns out he's not really a big fan of the radiation because, again, the heart damage that you can get. He's got other things that he feels like would be more effective and less damaging for me. So I was able to let that go. I was able to just let it go and not have that guilt anymore, and that worry of like me making the wrong decision. And it just it's really what I needed. I needed that so much. And it sounds like he's had so much success. He gave me these 2 case studies where it took him 10 years to publish one of them, but he has cured even triple negative breast cancer in stage 4 breast cancer patients. And one of these studies is from a gal who is now 15 years in remission after, her stage 4. I mean, metastasis to the bones, the liver, the ribs, it was like lungs, or it was crazy where it had metastasis, and she's still alive this day. And another lady, 7 years in remission, still alive this day with triple negative breast cancer, which is, they claim, is the most deadly and the most rare. 11% of breast cancers are triple negative. So I feel like he is just he's what I needed. He's what I needed. I mean, the facility isn't as big and as fancy as Dr. Chen's new place, but that's not what I need. I need my people, and I will miss the nurses at the center, and I will still be going there for the next 4 weeks, but I'm not going to be getting the same chemo. So I'm going to try to work it out with Dr. Chen for him to maybe start me on Dr. Chue's protocol if they are able to communicate. I know they share patients, so I don't think it's going to be too weird. So I don't lose any traction, and I'll still lose my hair. Taxol's pretty rough in that way. I'm going to be facing more neuropathy issues because Taxol is harder on your hands and feet. So I'm going to look into cold capping, I think, for my hands and feet. And I got a lot of stuff to figure out still. I was really excited that even though I'm switching in my insurance companies, I can still keep my primary care provider, who's an naturopath, who I adore, and my cancer surgeon doctor who did my mastectomy is also covered. And I don't know if I'm looking at any surgery after this, but I feel like I'm glad I get to keep her as well because I really did like her. It's been a whirlwind, and it will continue to be a whirlwind. Dr. Chue did, he laid it out for me today. He told me the hard things, and I appreciated that. And he straight up said, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You have a very aggressive cancer. You're young. It's already recurred twice in such a short amount of time. This is aggressive, and we need to throw everything at it. But yet at the same time, very hopeful that he's cured other patients who are stage 4, and he's not sure if I'm a stage 4 just yet. We're still looking at the mediastinum here to see if it's a lymph node or if it's just inflammation. But if it's mediastinum, if that's a lymph node, then it is true metastasis, technically putting me at a stage 4 category, which nobody likes to hear. But with him, there's hope, and it's not a death sentence. You can even get true remission, and I believe he can do it. And with all of my knowledge, and especially all of my newfound knowledge and everything that I know, I'm putting it all together. I feel like I'm in a really good position to be truly in remission, hopefully in this next year, and I can put it all behind me finally and just rest and relax and take a break, and hopefully try not to think about cancer and it coming back ever, because that's the most exhausting part, is the constant worry that if it's gone, and what I may or may not be doing to make it come back or go away. It's a total mind bleep. So I have to say it's a good day, and I am grateful, and I'm blessed, and I'm just gonna keep on keeping on, find the joy in everything. So thank you for your love and support, and always being so kind. Appreciate it. Take care of yourself, and don't forget to smile every day, even when it's crappy, because this chemo is starting to kick in right now. And I am looking forward to laying down, even in this yucky feeling. I'm grateful. I'll be grateful to have another day tomorrow. So that's all from me.